How to retire early. Imagine a time when you don't have to work to fund your lifestyle. You have to work, but it will be on your terms. All your investments will be enough to pay for your living expenses, and your time will mostly be spent on things you want to do. There is a specific term that can define all of these: financial freedom. And financial freedom is the promise of retirement. But most of the time, the word retirement will give you the idea that it's only possible if you are too old or sick to be part of the workforce. Some would often say, work hard for now so you can relax when you get older. Working yourself to a state where your body won't work as it used to so you can relax isn't that appealing to me. And I'm sure it's the same for you. That's why you're watching a video on how to retire early. Waiting for your 60s or 70s to live your life to the fullest sounds like a counterintuitive idea. Ideally, you would want to enjoy your life in your 20s or 30s when your body isn't ridden with arthritis or whatever illness or ailment you got from working for years. I'm pretty sure the idea of working yourself to death isn't appealing to anyone. So how come the majority of the population still work until their body literally tells them that they can't anymore? Because the idea of retiring and becoming financially free isn't that simple. People are often oblivious to the idea that they have options. In this video, I'll be giving you a framework where it can guide you on how to retire early and how you can be financially free at an earlier stage of your life. But before all that, welcome to the Limitless Money channel. If you like this video and want to see more money-making videos, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button below. Also click the notification bell so you'll get notified for updates and new videos to come. Leave a comment below and share with us what you've liked so far and interact with us and other viewers. With that out, I will now teach you how to retire early. Retirements can come in different ways, but I will categorize them into 3 types. The first one is traditional retirement. This is often the default idea of retirement, which is what people think when they hear the word retirement. Traditional retirement is the practice where you work until you reach your 60s or 70s to enjoy life. But I stand by what I said earlier. The idea of working until your body refuses to work anymore isn't that great. It is almost as if you've wasted your life whenever you put it that way. The second type of retirement is mini retirements. The idea of traditional retirement is to work so you can have like 30 years of retirement. But in mini retirement, it is spread out across your lifespan, meaning you can have like a month off work every year or so. That way you can still enjoy the things you would normally enjoy when you retire while your body is still functioning at its prime. Now the third and final type of retirement, perpetual retirement. This is almost a combination of the first 2 types of retirement. According to Naval Ravikant, retirement is when you stop sacrificing today for an imaginary tomorrow. When today is complete in and of itself, you are retired. Most of us don't work for fun. There are quite a few exceptions, but if you ask someone if they would still work when they aren't getting paid anymore, the most obvious answer is no. Even if they do love their job, they most likely will be spending their time on something else that can be beneficial to them, whether it be monetary gain, self-gratification, sense of fulfillment, etc. Because the idea of working is you sacrifice your energy and time to get money that you can spend or keep so you can have a more comfortable life in the future. So most people work to save up enough money so they don't have to work anymore. But an interesting way of looking at retirement is perpetual retirement. If you consider your day done, you're retired for the day. This might be a minor change in perspective, but you can be free from that idea that you are a prisoner of your job. You can live life to the fullest even if you don't sacrifice yourself while waiting for that imaginary future. Now you must be anxious and impatient about methods of how to retire early. There are multiple ways of retiring early. Now the first one that I will talk about is the most obvious: making a lot of money. Of course, you can retire early if you have a lot of money. So let's say, for whatever reason, you earned enough money where you can fund your lifestyle. Now you can retire early if you put that money through a fairly safe investment. Let's say you have $1 million worth of shares in the S&P 500. If you earn, let's say, 4% of your shares annually, you can have $40,000 as a yearly income. Now that $40,000 can comfortably fund your lifestyle. You can retire early without touching your initial investment. Having that amount of money might not be possible for you anytime soon, but there's still a way for you to retire early, which brings us to the second method: cutting down your expenses. Now let's say $20,000 a year will be enough to fund your lifestyle comfortably. That makes your initial investment cut down to half too, meaning instead of working your way to $1 million, you have to earn half of it to retire early. The concept seems basic, but most of us don't want to cut down our budget, and everyone has a different lifestyle that we consider comfortable. This method has an obvious drawback because this doesn't work for everyone. Depending on your current lifestyle, cutting down your expenses will cost you some degree of comfort. But if you have a fairly high-paying job, you can safely save up that amount of money for a few years for your investment. which can give you the option to retire early if you cut down your expenses and adjust to the lifestyle where $20,000 a year is enough for you. You can even move to a different country where that 20 grand can buy you a quite expensive lifestyle. Now the third and final method is to do what you love. This might sound cheesy, but you can do work that you will gladly do even if you're not getting paid, so you can comfortably say that you won't be working a day in your life. I know that phrase is overused, but that idea is kinda true. And it's the most practical method among the three because not all of us are in a privileged position where we can earn a lot of money for investments and live off that investment. It is more realistic in the sense that it is more possible to find a work that you genuinely enjoy than to earn that much money for investments so you can retire. This might not be your idea of retiring early, but if you found a job that you would normally do for free but get paid for, it is a truly privileged position, but it is doable. Now I will be teaching you how you can plan on retiring early. This combines all of the methods I discussed earlier on how to retire early. The plan will include the first method, which is to make a lot of money for investments. Number 2, try to cut down expenses. And finally, love your work. I will break these ideas down and elaborate on how you can truly plan for retirement. The first thing to touch upon is making money for investments. There are multiple ways of earning money. If you're an employee, you trade your time for money. If you're a business owner, people work for you. If you're self-employed, you own that job. And if you're an investor, money works for you. You can work your way to becoming an investor where you can turn your cash flow into assets such as property or stocks. While your job makes you money, your assets will make up your wealth. So the main idea of this first method is, if you have the main work that generates cash flow, it will never hurt you to have a side hustle that can generate wealth. To elaborate on the second method, which is to reduce expenses, there is a concept that you need to avoid as you generate more wealth, which is lifestyle inflation. Lifestyle inflation is the idea that it is easier to spend more money the more wealthy you become. If you can afford a certain upgrade in your lifestyle, you generally gravitate toward that improvement, making your lifestyle more expensive the time goes on. But one way to test and know which kind of lifestyle suits you is to try it out. Trying more expensive services like hotels, plane tickets, etc. will give you a gauge of which price range you truly enjoy. And it makes you think, does this really improve the comfort I felt? Or is that quality worth the amount of money I paid for? Generally, it does improve in some ways, but the amount of money you spend on something isn't parallel to the amount of enjoyment you receive. You can still have a good time even if you don't put a ridiculous amount of money doing that activity. Okay, now on to the last part, loving your work. One way to find work that you would be doing even if you don't get paid doing it is to imagine your schedule if you have, let's say, $100 million. What would your week look like not having to worry about money? If your answer is to just sit around the beach and do nothing, then you have made a recipe for disaster. You won't have anything to look forward to the day. Because retirement is not just about not doing work. It's about doing what you would want to be doing if you didn't have to work. Working on hobbies like painting, vlogging, traveling, etc. is an excellent way to start. In this digital age, everything and anything can be monetized. Making YouTube videos, writing books, selling courses, and just about anything you can think of can be a source of cash flow if you find that work that you would want to be doing anyway and still get paid is a privileged position. And once you find that job, now you have to think about how much money you really need to live that kind of lifestyle. And most of the time, the answer is not 100 million. You won't need that much money to be happy. And that's about it for this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like and comment on what you think about this video. And if you want to see more content like this, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on our future videos. With that said, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye!
This is the Limitless Money channel and we'll see you in our next video. Please feel free to see one of our other videos by clicking on one of the videos on the screen.